Something is happening again with OBS. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, it's what it is. I hope I am live. Let me know down in the chats. Let's see if it actually works. Man, the technical issues nowadays. It's crazy. Last week, the week before that, this time, every time. Let me quickly see if everything's okay, because there are people trying to watch, but I don't know if you already see it or not. Is this live? I hope it is live. Please let me know in the chat. We are live. Nice. Hey, Dave. Nice. Nice of you to join. We're talking about it on X. Yeah. I don't see it on my phone. It says still waiting. And are we though? I will ask in the chat. Are we really live? Because my YouTube doesn't show. All right, now it's finally live. I don't know what the hell is happening. Because I didn't see it at first, but now I see that I am live, so that's fine. Yeah, sometimes you have to refresh your phone. Yeah, it's annoying. Most of the times it does work, and now the last post times during live stream it doesn't work. So glad of you to join, Dave. Nice of you. Nice to see you here. I hope you're doing well. How was your week? Is everything going well? Mine was pretty okay. Last week I was a little bit sick, but today I'm better, so it's fine. We did have a little bit of a controversy during the weekend, so I want to touch on that real quick, because I think that is important for people to know, seeing as some people really find value in my comments. So it's about this post. Igor sent a message which I thought was really cool. It was about a showcase on how you can use a AI IDA. I don't know what it's called, V0 or Replit. He's stating in here, and he showed that he could let V0 got to record one video. Well, good luck, Dave. You can do it. And he was showing off something amazing. He created what's called a router. But it was amazing that you could just use AI to create something, and then he had a plugin where it could be implemented instantly, and it was very awesome to see. But I was also wondering if that's possible with AI. Couldn't we just fix the annoying issues that we have with Greenshift? That would be amazing. And also have a kind of way to improve what we have right now. I mean, suddenly there was a motion dev was added in Greenshift, and it's this one. It uses it is lighter than GSAP, which I was asking then why do we need GSAP? But yeah, I guess that are different kind of ways of using it or something. I don't really know. But the integration of the motion dev wasn't as user-friendly as I would expect it to be. So I stated to Igor, all right, you've made this and you've added the Greenshift elements, which also lag sometimes in a few features, and you added motion dev, and now you created this. But how does this compare to each other, right? How can we improve Greenshift? How can we make it better? And I think I worded it poorly because Igor decided to remove the whole post, and he was a little bit upset, I guess. And then he posted this post, which I want to go over. because here he was saying that in a few years' time, AI will take over and will do all these kinds of things. Yeah, that's true. That's why I wanted to touch on it, because I think it's pretty important to do. And he was saying that in a few years' time, AI will take over a lot of basic jobs for coding, but also for web design. Probably, he thinks that probably the jobs will disappear. I think they will change. Like, they use AI to create basics, and then people with experience can fine-tune the output. I mean, in 2 or 3 years, it's very far ahead. I mean, if you look at, compared to the video, you can see things changing. So that's why I think it's more like 5 years, and he thinks 2 or 3 years. Yeah, well, whatever, by the way. And he states, I know that Greenshift have many things that are not pretty, but we are trying to improve them, and that's what I'm seeing. But there are some bugs that are in there, and in there from the past half year, when the classes were introduced, there was some few bugs, and they have improved and fixed them. But there are still some quirky issues happening. Also, by the way, I've used Bricks, and Bricks also has some quirky issues, which I don't like. But let's get into that later. And there's just one giant bug that annoys me so much. And it's a bug where you put in a value, try to copy it, and paste it in another field, and that doesn't work. Igor already told me that it was because of a native function inside of WP Core, WordPress Core. But still, it's so very annoying. Always feel not finished in comparison. Yeah, I don't mind I don't mind either way. I don't mind using it. I don't mind not using it. But I wanted to experience here. If you try to copy this and then paste it in the other field, it just doesn't work. So to answer this question, after Igor's response to you, I realized that I would never consider create a website with Greenshift. I have LTD, I tried to use it, but it's buggy and always feels like not finished in comparison to Cadence. Yeah, there were some little annoyances for me as well, and that's why I want to explore different kind of tools. I've experienced with Cadence in the past and it was good, but it's not powerful enough. There's so much things that are missing that I really want to use. For instance, I want to use grids in the right way. I want to have all kinds of user interfaces and not rely on custom CSS to create something that I think is basic. And Cadence doesn't solve that problem, doesn't solve that itch. So that's why I went to Greenshift, and I think Greenshift is still very powerful. But seeing the changes lately and the bug fixes, the quirky things still in there, this is just one major frustration for me. And Igor has already done something with the templates not loading correctly, and there's a GitHub post on it that is already being fixed, and he suggested a solution, I guess, but then you have still this one, and that's it's annoying. It would be nice if this is fixed. And I raised that question because, yeah, I'm a UX designer. If something that I use doesn't work as I would expect it to be and would like to improve it, I would like to raise my voice. I would like to ask the question, why is something like motion dev added while these issues are not fixed? Yeah, this is also his response back from that in a few years' time, and they try to improve it, but I think this is something they don't want to fix or will will not pay attention to, while other things that are in WordPress core do get attention. They have added things like motion library and a Greenlight project, which I think is very awesome. It's experimental, and that's what I love. I love his innovation and experimental things. It's not because of the different directions of As a Crazy Squirrel. It's because many things are changing very fast and we need to adapt. And I do agree with that. But if you adapt really quickly and the execution is poor, you still end up with a thing that isn't relevant for me personally. And I guess there are more people like me. I mean, how are you supposed to use this? I don't know what this does. I need to find documentation of motion scroll, what this does and how it is used. Why can't the integration of this specific motion.dev be the same experience as what's called the GZip experience? I like that this is lighter. I like that the first implementation is there, but I don't know what the future of this looks like. Is it going to be a better user experience in the future? Or will it just be stay the same, that we have to add our options like width and then in the other setting a value? This isn't the best user experience if you ask me. And that's what when I want to raise my voice. I don't think this is a very great experience, and I would like to improve this. So take more time when you're adding a feature to create a better experience. I've seen that it is possible. Igor has done that many times. For instance, when you have the CSS grid of containers, you add a grid, and within the grid you have the grid builder, like this one. This looks similar to what what's his name called from Advanced Themer did as well, but the experience is good, and I hope that it was not just a few places where this is done, but I would hope that this is done continuously, so not just by one thing. And that's when I raise my voice. I am a UX designer again. I want this to be the same experience or a better experience that we have right now. So yeah, that's why I asked that question, or at least have that statement, and the response wasn't that good. There was also somebody else responding in there. I don't mind that much. You can criticize me. It's fine. Everybody to its own opinion. For me, the most important thing is that Greenshift is a community where we can share our opinions, where we can use different perspectives to showcase what we're doing. And the technical side is awesome. It's beautiful. But there also needs to be, at least for my opinion, needs to be a UX kind of thing. And if I see that there's something lacking in that area, I want to raise my voice. I think Greenshift is a thriving and a very beautiful community where all kinds of people come together to talk about things they have seen. I mean, just like here, Ben shows a website that has a very nice footer, and he's asking, how can I create this one? People come up with solutions. Brandon, a very technical but bright person, says, all right, WordPress will not be the only ecosystem. Maybe some other CMSs will also be a good alternatives. These opinions are just amazing to read. It's always fun to have these kinds of things in there. The same goes for, what's his name? I don't see it. Somebody posted about the Webflow way and how a free website builder called Web Studio does managing style selector. And it was awesome to see. And that's what I love about the community. You can raise your voices and you can experiment with things. You can show off what you've done, and everybody will praise or help out in any way, shape, or form they can do. And yeah, that's just amazing about Greenshift. And I'm reading this as well. Finding out I use dynamic data to shortcuts data. Side jobs, not focusing on stability. Products. Yeah. And this is exactly a little bit of my worry as well. I don't have any verification that there's a very big focus on side projects, so to speak, and Greenshift main things. I don't know what the ratio is to how much time each of them gets. I do think it's very important to put in time to also learn towards the future. But yeah, inputs are really annoying Greenshift. I once asked why. If I write foreign input, the focus goes away, and then I have to click again. Yeah, those kinds of quirky things. I exactly get what you're meaning here, Dave. And yeah, that's why I want to raise my voice. I'm a UX designer by trade, and I want to improve Greenshift in any shape, form, or way that I can, because I genuinely want Greenshift to be one of the best full-site editing what's called blocks or experiences editor, page builder there is. I really want that because I'm very involved and I love what Igor is doing, and I love what the experiments that are there. But I think it's important to show what to showcase what my experience is and how I would like to improve it. So I hope that in the future, the things that I find annoying will get fixed. And in the meantime, I just go with something different like bricks to find out a way to see what is possible, to experience different tools. Every tool has a quirky thing, but is it just as quirky? Are there things that I really can live with or not? And sometimes it's just good when you're tired of some quirky things to try out something new. That's what I had with Cadence. That was before that what I had with Elementor, and now I have this with Greenshift. So I will be moving for bricks to experiment a little and see how that experience is. And maybe next year I will do something different. I will use Quickly. Quickly is mentioned here. Was more powerful and less buggy. Ooh, what is your opinion on Etch? Yeah, thanks, Dave. Yeah, I think that I have said enough with Greenshift. I have no bad feelings of Greenshift. One thing to note as well, although Igor says that in the future it doesn't matter how good or well a tool is and how your processes goes and how perfect it is, AI will take over everything. It felt to me like, all right, he's saying that Greenshift will the importance to get Greenshift to 100% isn't needed. It's more important to learn those tools for everybody, so we won't be improving Greenshift. It felt like to me like he was saying that in his post here. But I do know from experience and from past experience, he just showcases that he wants to improve a lot of Greenshift, not just a little, but a lot. And I want you to know that as well. But on the big topic of today, my opinion on Etch, I think it is a very interesting thing. Let's see. I had a post in WP Tots group. Damn it, doesn't work. Let me also get a sip of my mint tea. If you have a mint tea as well, enjoy your tea, sir. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good tea, if you ask me. Yeah, fresh mint. Love it. Love the tea. I'm at 8:30 in the evening, so that's why I drink tea and don't drink coffee in the evening. It will hurt my brain. Let's see. I have a post in here that shows what's in there. I can't find it anymore, so I don't know. But I think Etch is a very interesting concept. I am used on these kinds of sales pages because I've worked with Kickstarter things, even when things are just a concept. They are a little bit more drawn out. And sometimes they have some prototypes as well. For instance, the Keychron is a very nice Kickstarter kind of thing. So I think the marketing, it's felt kind of similar to a Kickstarter, which I think is a very good thing. And I think Etch is pretty interesting to see. And I want to see how this is going to evolve. I think the idea to unify all these things that are separate now into one place, it's a very ambitious goal, and I hope they are able to deliver on that goal. But and for everything, all right, let's go back. What is Etch? Etch is a product by Gavin Geary. If you don't know by Gavin Geary, well, you should just go to YouTube and find his, what's called? PB 101. It's one of the better, in my opinion, courses that I also wanted to do, because it's something that you need to understand. These are fundamentals of websites, of creating things, and it's very interesting to see and to do. So if you want to find something about Gavin Geary, you can find him on YouTube as well for videos. For me, Etch is a product from him, and in which he wants to unify the development part of WordPress, and he wants to add in the ACF or custom fields, so to speak. He wants to have a page builder kind of thing. He wants to unify the theme settings, the colors. He wants to unify everything in one go. And I really like the concept of that idea. Yeah, very ambitious. I think he will pull it off as well. If we see ACS and frames, those are experiments. Those are things. All right, how can we do this bigger goal that we have? So that's why I think it's a very ambitious project, and I want to support it, and I did. And now I want to see it grow and see how it pans out. We're a week in. He also already asked some questions, has a point of view of what the proof of concept will be. The proof of concept will be just a way to put elements on a screen, to have to add some HTML attributes, so HTML authoring, he's calling it, and add CSS in there for classes and that sort of thing. And that's a proof of concept. It will be ugly, but it will be focused. So you can try to interact with it and see if it helps out. And I really like that approach. I'm very interested, so I can speak to you directly instead of towards my screen. It's maybe better. And I think it's very ambitious goal to have all those things together. He mentioned a few things, and I thought by myself, well, 6 companies are doing those things. Like the themes is one company, like custom post types, there are several companies doing that. And you have then the block builder, there's a lot of companies doing that. And you have all kinds of things that are in there, which I think for a relative small team with experience, it is very ambitious to do these kinds of things. But I do think it's a very nice ambition, and I just want to follow the road. Let's see. Do I get in there like this? Community. And there are already things in there. So here's the proof that I've bought it. I am in the community, and nice. There's some voting going on in the template kind of thing. People are voting already on Etch and it isn't released yet. All right. Here you already posted. All right. What is your skill for CSS? How would you like the interaction to be? And you can vote on beginner, need property, and inputs in UI. I prefer to learn writing in CSS. Do you prefer to have inputs in the UI, or do you prefer to write CSS? I think it's a bit like Gray Suit. They also integrate CPTs and meta fields. Oh, sorry, I need to share my screen. Oh, that's interesting. I have heard about Grade, but not looked at it. How is the experience of the CPTs? Because yeah, you can grade. You can do it simply by adding code, but you can also do it in other ways. Grade, dude. Yeah, I've seen this, and then I looked at the pricing and I was like, I don't know if I like what's in here that you get. All basic features, so no advanced features. And I would like to try the advanced features to see if this is any important thing. But yeah, could be interesting as well. I saw that Mark Semensky and Brandon had a conversation together with Max, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and that will also be important. But yeah, this is already a discussion ongoing on how the CSS should work. And there was, let's see, a feature discussion. Development time. Yeah, here he showcases what will be in there. So this is the core of it. You need to be able to drag elements onto a canvas, add selectors to those elements, and those should be able to start with CSS, then render those blocks, save to the database, and render the page. So this will be the proof of concept for this section, and it will not be very pretty, as he says here, but it is just to explore some kind of UX and UI. So already seeing some things that we as a person also need to do to give feedback and ask questions. So in general, my thoughts on Etch, very big ambitious project, but I want to see it grow. Other thing that is fun to share is that I experimented with CSS again and having this animation in only CSS. It's possible. This is just CSS, nothing else. And that's awesome. I was amazed that this is possible. What you see in GSAP, and you can do that just with a little bit of CSS code. I was struggling with getting this one in. I used to do overflow hidden, but when you do that, the animation, it does work. It didn't work before. Was the on-scroll effect? Yeah, the on-scroll effect then doesn't work. So I need to change the hidden to clip, and then it works. Sometimes it's so easy. You need to find the right way. And now when you scroll down, you see on-scroll animation also happening. So that's really awesome. To write HTML with autocomplete like VS Code and let it automatically convert to blocks. Oh, that would be awesome as well. I should suggest that as well. He's thinking of a two-way sync. So when you put in CSS, a CSS block will be filled with all the outputs, but it will be synced to the input settings as well. So that's really nice. And just a small touch that I also wanted to share. I'm part of the Flux Academy. I want to learn how to build my business and improve my writing skills. So I bought those two on a discount. And this is what I learned. Start building your portfolio. You have to build confidence in what you're doing and showcase that you're doing something with building websites. You need to let people know what you're doing. So for me, I'm posting regular videos, doing live streams to show the world I'm creating this kind of things. I'm building a portfolio because I want to show I'm not reflecting it on my website just yet. I just improved it last few days. It's ugly, but at least it's in there, that I'm doing those kinds of things. But I also show it on media, on a other platform than just your website. If you do marketing, you need to also go to YouTube, be active in Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Twitter. Most of all, start with fun projects or start asking family and friends if they need websites. If you want to learn, well, this is already, I've done this already for a very long time, so I have experience with building websites, explore communities. So Greenshift was the first community I was in, and now Bricks Forge is one of the interesting tools that I would like to learn and see how the experience is. You're trying to redesign your website as well. Nice, Dave. Then we can maybe audit each other's website. That would be fun. You could also do cold outreach, but that's not for me. Join a freelance platform. We do have several in the Netherlands, but I don't like that one. And don't be afraid to be creative. Think outside of the box if you have something different. Then another part in the module is discover. Be a detective. Understand what people are, what the actual problem is. What do people want to solve from a business perspective? They say, I want a different website. Well, why do you want a different website? Well, it isn't in the current time. It's old school. All right, when it is in the current time and old school, what do you think the website would fix? Well, it will fix that I get more conversion rate. All right, so you want to have more conversion. So we can distill that the conversion isn't optimized on their current website. So you want to have more clients. All right. What and why do you want more clients? Well, because I have more employees. So then you can get into the difficulties on what the actual problem is, and then you know how to solve it. He gives an example. My car won't start. There could be several problems, right? It could be out of gas, but it could also be that the engine is broken or that the key is not in the right position in the ignition. And where you just say, all right, my car is not working, I just fill it with gas and it's not the correct solution, you still have the problem. And it's the same with web design. You need to understand what the problem is that people and businesses have. That's what I learned from the first module. And then the next one is pricing, but yeah, you just need to get experience in, so don't worry at first for that one. I can see that as well. I mean, in the Netherlands, this is one website. Ooh, this doesn't look good. In the Netherlands, I made this website and it was for 800 euros. It's not much, and there's a lot of difficult things in there. Secondly, I'm doing a redesign on several sections because I just think this is a filled-in wireframe, and I don't like that. I want to improve that. So it's very cheap, 800 euros for it in the Netherlands at least. But at least I get it. I hope I get a testimonial in the end. But I get experience, and that's the most important thing. So with that all being said and shared, I would like to continue on our project. Let me see if I'm logged in. I'm not. So let's add this one and log in. Hey, it doesn't work. Well, let's change to the other way. I'm not sharing my screen, so I hope you don't see it. It's on purpose because, yeah, there could be sensitive data that I'm sharing. I've done it once. And let's see. I need to open this and then type in that and then go like this. And then click here. And then I need to wait. And then I go to my WordPress overview and I click login. So I can share my screen again. There we go. We have our environment, and we're going to continue on our nice homepage. So to show you where I am right now, InstaWP. Yeah, I am also thinking of doing that. InstaWP or ZipWP is also a very good one. The most annoying things, Dave, is that you need to activate licenses every time. When I set up a new environment on my host just to play around, I need to put in every time the licenses of every tool that I use. And sometimes I have 8 or 9 licenses that I need to use. it's getting annoying. If you can tell me that that isn't the case with InstaWP, I will get an account right away. Just send me an affiliate link from you and I will use it instantly, because that's the biggest annoyance that I have right now that I would like to have solved, because I'm creating all kinds of experiments. Yep, very true, very annoying. Yeah, all right. So it doesn't doesn't solve it yet. But we've been working on this website last week. I added the mobile friendliness. I thought I was working on that one. So let's see. It looks good enough. This section I need to adjust, talk with my client, because there's too much text going on and then it doesn't look good. This will be fixed. There are some animations that need to be added. So and here we have a nice blur effect when we scroll down. And that animation I added last week. And then here it folds behind this kind of thing, just like napkins folding into the pocket thing you sometimes get. Then we have our companies. We have these steps on what people can expect, a nice quote, some other steps and features that we offer, and that's by Creative Themes. Oh yeah, it's a Blocksy theme. And when I open this up, it looks like this. So I already added a little bit of animation. Why doesn't it work right now? Come on. There we go. Ooh, nice. It's disappearing in the back. And then it's just like napkins. And the next thing is our hero section that needs to be animated. So I wanted to do that right now. Let's see. So let's open also the Figma file. Let's show my face again. Hello, how are you doing? Nice of you to join. Also, let's put on a little bit of music. How many of you are ready to see the Teggy's reviews kind of thing? If you are here about the greenshift kind of thing, you need to go back to the first seconds of this live stream. So if you want to see my opinion, what happened, go back. If you're not interested in that, it's fine as well. We can just continue here on creating this amazing website. So this is the animation we would like to happen. We would like, let's see, do I have a prototype of this one? Is this the prototype? Yeah, this is the prototype. So this is what we would like to have happen. That was the initial concept. I can go back. Sorry. So this is the initial concept. You have some kinds of orange spots behind, and you have the feeling that the things are overwhelming. And about the tasks, and you're not the only one. These are all the marketing tasks you have, and it will depict that it is not improving, but the trend is going down, so it's bad. But we have the solution for you. Thanks. Again, so this is what we came up with. Thanks for letting me know, Dave. We start out with you feeling overwhelmed with your failing businesses tasks. And here we have all kinds of marketing tasks, and we have an orange spot. And when you press it, it will open up and say, we can help you grow your business, guaranteed. So this is the initial animations that we made and agreed upon. And now it's time to get those animations working, because this is just a concept. And now we need to get it more pretty, because there are a lot of glitches here in the final design. So let's start off. I'd like to be certain, like to copy the code of this page, because if something fails, copy my trusted friend notepad. I need to share my face again because I don't know what's open in there. I have a lot of snippets in there and login stuff. I'm terrible with animations. It's fine, Dave. You're good with accessibility kind of things and explaining. I think you're explaining very well, and that's something that I need to improve upon. So everybody has their specialties. Let's see. How do we want this to start? We want to start with all the images. Go to this section. So we want the animation. If we enable it, we want it to shift away. Whoa. Shift to a lot. Let's shift it a lot. Yeah, that's why it's called green shift, right? Because it shifts all kinds of things. And the opacity needs to be 100. We could go the way that we add a custom property. See, there's still some things missing, like the width and like blur and that sort of things. Luckily, there's a solution. You have custom options. You can just add it and go blur. And I don't think this works because it's a backdrop filter, if I remember correctly. Damn, my memory is on point. Come on, Bing. Yes, I'm using Etch, by the way. The reason why is because Copilot. This is just such a nice experience. If you want to summarize a very lengthy page or a YouTube video, this is awesome. You can just ask and it does things for you. Let's put it in there. And we add like 100 blur. Should work, right? And GSET blur. I haven't worked with blur like at all. Don't forget to drink, by the way. Blur A. Apply blur. Does that mean that blur isn't available? Apply blur. WebKit filter. Blur element blur. Blur, blur, blur. Does that work? So WebKit filter. It does work. Nice. And then we go on load. And this is from. So what we're doing here, we're trying to shift the position it's in. It should start in here, in the middle of the screen or something. I want the blur to happen at the start. I want to have 100 pixels blur. I haven't used Edge or Arc browser in a long time. Typically use Chrome. Yeah, I use Chrome also a lot. Used to use Chrome, but Edge is now on Chromium, so you're basically running Chrome. And on top of that, they have added some nice things like Copilot, but also if I press Ctrl Shift and S, I can capture an area of the page or the full page, which is amazing. You don't need an extra add-on for it, and will go directly into your screenshots and your pictures. So that's a very nice thing if you ask me. And the rest of the things, it feels the same. Let's see, move this mic a little bit. One of the issues you can face with using two types of ways that are managing colors. For instance, this button, it looks blue in here, but if we look on the website itself, it is white. So that's sometimes a little bit awkward. I also see our macron not going to have a non-blur. So I guess I need to add something to that as well. We can add an animation chain, but we don't have the custom options here. Use custom transform, use values additive, custom, for animation layer, add custom. Here we have it. WebKit filter. This is also part of user experience. Here you have a very clear custom options, and suddenly here it is gone. I get why you would consider doing that, but then it's a little bit more difficult to find. And to me, that's it's not a big thing, but it is not as easy to use. Let's save this and let's see what's happening. This is a very difficult header. And I think I've undervalued how much effort this will be. But yeah, that's a learning experience. So I pay the price now, but I learn also. So this is how we can add it. Needs to go on load and then from. But how do we change this one in the end? I do like that this option is at least available. Could also be that there's no custom options, then you're just punched. I also want to have a delay of maybe 5 seconds. So after 5000 milliseconds, it's roughly 5 seconds, it will move to its original position. We can also do that first, like 4000, and shift it down a little. And then this one also. Then we can figure out how we can fix the other thing, perhaps with CSS. I can't wait for a framework to use the native CSS animations thing instead of GSAP. Maybe I should build it. I don't have experience with building it, and I don't feel like being a programmer. I can use V0 or Replit. I mean, build software. V0 doesn't make sense because it's biversal and it uses sticky header. Too difficult. I would love to do some AI experiments as well, by the way, perhaps in the future. Let's see. Let's move this downwards, like 20, and this one to 8. The timing needs to be the same. Would be lovely if we could add variables, but yeah, let's copy and paste the animation value in. This one can be copy and paste. So this one you can copy and paste, and this one that's horrible experience. But we are here not to audit the tool. See, this one has animation if I remember correctly. We want to have 4000 delay, like 20. Oh, the other one minus 50. 30. We have a delay. Scroll, unload, from, and it also should move. There we go. Wow, that's slow. Let's increase this by 800. Needs to be snappy. Phew. We can always fine-tune that later on. By the way, I don't think I'm good at animations as well. I'm just starting to learn it. Let's see. Hover, creatorpreneur. I thought I had something for that as well. Inspiration. Oh yeah, Unbound. If you're looking for Inspiration Dave about animations, this is a very nice website. You can just look at them, try to dissect what elements are in there, then dissect what's actually happening, and then try to recreate it. And that's what I'm doing. I mean, you have. I hope you've seen my live stream about what's it called? Drive Capital website. Drive Capital. And I was also just experiencing how would you recreate those sections and you get experience it. So that's my biggest tip that I can give. And you probably would know. If you are unexperienced in anything, if it is web design, if it's web development, if it's CSS, if it's animation, the best way of learning is doing it. You can watch as many YouTube videos as you would like to, but you don't get the experience in, and it's all theory. You need to experience how you should build it. So that's how I think about it. So this should be a little bit set. See what's happening. So those are nice. We can play around a little bit. Thought Igor said that he added some way of animations also to be able to be added to some kind of classes, but I don't know how. I will look into that after the live stream. Let's see, 30 down, something like that. After 4,000, it's over 4,000. Queue, separate clip off. Use separate for mobile. Oh, nice. And also, yeah, that's just a nice thing. Unload. And this is from. So that one is moving. They all need to come from somewhere in the center. So I'm just trying to get it in there and see what's happening. We can hide this later on, I guess. Let's see. Then this animation. See if we enable it, and we need to add a delay and start on. See, this is I love doing this, but it's very tedious. It's just getting every value in there, and that's fine. It's part of the job. I think the end result will be very fun to watch. Let's see what's actually happening right now. Ooh, this one needs to be even more. Since the next section will move away, perhaps we can do some kind of overlay with a background blur and just scale it and put the opacity to 0 to reveal this section. I think that will be nice, but I first want to get all those lovely macrons in the right position. Something like this, and then we have the next image, one we already have. Add another animation, delay of 4000. This is the real the real life dev stuff, right? For design stuff, I don't see myself as a developer particularly, because I'm not developing something, I'm just designing. Let's see. I only have 6 minutes left and I need to go. My eldest is having her birthday in 2 days, and then she goes to primary school. So I need to go with the girlfriend and wrap in some stuff and make some treats ready for her to treat the kids at school. So yeah, very, very nice. Or preschool, it's actually. Then she will be moving to primary school, so a new era will be coming in there. But it is also a little bit, I don't know how I can continue and if I can continue the live streams then. But let's see, let's experience. In between dev designer, yeah. For me as well, Dave. For me as well. I don't feel myself being a real good designer. I can do the wireframing part as a UX. Yeah, you call it UX design, but as a UX researcher, I can do the wireframing part. But the UI design is a different kind of cookie. And I just try to explore. And that's also a thing you need to learn, right? You need to explore. You will not succeed in the first time, but just look at all kinds of things on the web. You get some inspiration on how should things look, and you need to keep in mind the basic practices. And I do think you have that mindset already available, because when you're browsing the website, you know what a good website has and what a bad website has. So you do know the basic principles on how to get the design in. I also noticed that you were at the Reno Jeffrey live stream. It was very nice to see that one. Reno inspired me to, and a few other YouTubers as well, like Paul C and Freddy, and I think those are the main ones. Yeah, also Ren from Flux Academy. Because of them, I'm doing this now, these YouTube kind of things. Because I was seeing them, I was like, I see that they are doing it. I can do this as well. Why don't I just start? And that's what I did. Now we're here. I know somebody from across the web. But I do have to admit that by day I am a what's it called? And Paul C were the first YouTubers that got me into WordPress. Awesome. What's it called? I don't know. I'm lost in my mind. Not just in my mind. Living with pixels. He has grown that really fast. And I guess it's the easiest way to do is just to create Elementor stuff. Because it has a very large audience and everybody wants to know how to do certain things. So if you would like to grow, focus on Elementor. Just do Elementor videos and improve on that one. You will see a significant growth in just a few years. I don't like that, by the way. I'm more of a guy that likes to try out tools and discover them. So now I will try out bricks for a year and see if that is something that I like. And then next year, possibly Etch, because then it will be released in the first alpha version. And then I can see how that works. So I always try to do different kind of tools. With care agency for the elderly and disabled. Ah, nice. It's a very different way, Dave. That's pretty nice. A care agency. Does that mean people who take care of them, like a nurse kind of thing, or? Well, the forgetting views and subscribers. Yeah. To be fair though, I think one of my best viewed videos. I want to see. I like to have that conversation as well with you or with Mark Semensky and also with Brendan. To have the YouTuber life, how is that treating everybody? Oh, all kinds of things. The past kind of things. Videos, being popular. Oh, it's still the Bendo grids, the most popular ones. I want to do these as well for bricks, just to compare how the experience is between those two. Greenshift. Elementor isn't even the biggest one. And I also was thinking that this one would be very big. Yeah, it's 4 months ago. This one 1 year, so we'll see how big it will grow. I would love to follow design trends and show you how you can use it, recreate it using your favorite tools. For instance, now there's some kind of what's called a spotlight effect you see on certain websites. I don't have examples right now. Maybe we can look at Framer and Frames. No, Framer. They don't have the spotlight effect. Yeah, I don't know. I need to find it. Oh, there it is. It's getting there. At least the animations. But now the place needs to be improved. And that's a little bit difficult because the placement is different in the editor than it is in here, as you can see. This tiny thing, we're editing it. Ben is a guy that knows a lot about everything. Yeah, he is, right? I like that kind of thing. I vibe with him pretty well, actually. Because I have the feeling I have that as well. I have a background in front-end development. I've done a little bit of back-end development. I've also done some kind of marketing. I've done a lot of DevOps in the different kind of companies. So it's also a very diverse palette of experience that I have in what's called, I think, 10 years working. I don't know what my first day of working was. Let's see. I don't know how long. How long am I in the working field? Let's see. Take his review. Wolfpack. From 2016. So almost 10 years of experience. Wow. I'm really getting old. I have 2 kids. So I am getting old. Yeah, designed and developed a dashboard. Mapped out so UX stuff, some improvement, decreasing customer errors when signing on PSP, a digital tool I made. I did research, designed it, and developed the tool using DevOps practices. This one looks good. The bird ones now also needs to get in a little bit more. And then you have the difficulty because you need to also look at the responsive sizes, right? Let's see. Let's pull it in even more. Let's see, how does this look? I love playing around with this kind of things. It would be nice that in some shape or form we can use a drag and drop kind of thing to have them place and go from place A to place B instead of having to do the trial and error kind of thing. To be honest, I didn't know how you would systemize these kinds of things. Now we don't need to go up even more. I think that one is good. But I'll move a little bit to the left. Yeah, it looks better. A little bit to the left even more. Can move a little bit down. It's a lot of patience doing design. Well, it's getting there. It still needs some improvements, and everything that's in behind the text needs to be blurred, and that's something that we can fix next time. I'm happy with what we did in about 45 minutes, I guess. So yeah, thank you all for joining, and especially you, Dave. It was very fun that you joined my chat, that you immediately did what you intended to do during our conversation in X. And I really want to figure out what kind of topics we could discuss, because I think we have a lot of different kinds of knowledge and things to share. No, it's in Adobe After Effects or DaVinci Fusion. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I must say the experience in DaVinci Resolve Fusion, at least in After Effects, is a little bit more easier because you have a timeline, you can play around a little bit. But yeah, then dragging the position, at least in the old days, is a little bit different. But thank you for joining, Dave. We'll talk on X or Facebook or whatever. And if you have some topics in mind, also let me know. And we'll see each other next week again. Otherwise, thank you for joining and have a very nice evening. Bye-bye. Keep designing. I have to press awkwardly the button to stop the stream. So I just keep waving, and then hopefully someday I can press the button and boop.